Ok, continuando. What remains of Edith Finch? E agora? Pra onde eu vou? É daqui que eu vim, né? Ah, eu posso sair. Eu posso ir no porão.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Uhum. A nossa mãe sabia de tudo, será? Ah, por isso tá quebrado aqui, ó. Ué, então tem fundo essa história. Será que ela caiu daqui? Não sei. Music box. Barbara. Opa. Vai. Saiu. Tá escuro. Tá muito escuro. Cadê a luz? Cadê a luz? Porão. Oh, eles tinham uma sinuquinha. Oh, porão gigante, velho. Sinuquinha. Sven.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
O dragão. Ele cortar aqueles troncos de madeira que a Ellie ficava pintando. Que era o troço lá que ele torou a mão.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Packages. What kind of packages?
I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
Ih,
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
ih, rapaz. Tá muito escuro. Não tô vendo nada. Gente.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
Ah,
If there's a pattern in all these stories,
bunker.
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Walter. Vivia num bunker. É, o Walter viveu bastante. Nossa, mano. Um mundo cheio de suprimento. E sinistro. É isso. Que som é esse? Vamos lá. Walter.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
30 years!
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week.
Eu.
But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
Ué.
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal,
O calendário avançou ali.
almost friendly.
Dali.
And then one day, everything just
2005.
stopped. Whatever that thing was,
Olha o braço dele.
it was gone.
Ah, não
Maybe
tá
I
mais
got
tremendo.
tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
Tremeu hoje.
It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
E onde é que essa porta vai dar? Ih, rapaz.
I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin.
Ah. Ele tá falando sobre a maldição.
Maybe
Ele...
this is all a mistake.
Tá tentando se esconder.
But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Uou. Mas o Sam não morreu. Quer dizer, o Sam obviamente morreu. Até antes do Walter. Mas será que o Walter... Ele tava tentando fugir de, sei lá, da maldição dos Finch. Que matou a Bárbara, a Molly e a... e o Calvin.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Caramba, véi. Bizarro. Eu não sei descer. Ah, espaço. Usar a escada, moça.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive.
Ih, rapaz, onde é que eu tô? Não, nada de trem, né?
Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2,
Maybe two.
I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself
Meu irmão, né?
and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Por que o Walter morreu? Tinha uma ponte pra ilha? Antigamente, será? Ah não, ia pra ali. Quebrou. Eu não sei pra onde ir. O que é aquilo?
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
Onde é que eu tô?
But I thought you should know about your family.
You? Who's you? As coisas do Sven.
And the history you're a part of.
O que é aquilo?
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Segura a madeira.
And when you look at the house, at that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible. I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Não. Tô indo pro cemitério.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. Three of the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Bastante
Sven
bicho.
built the house, but it was Edith who designed the cemetery.
Barbara. She died on her birthday. 16th. No aniversário 16. Walter. Addie and Sven. Calvin. Molly.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
The past. That's Sven and Addie. E que é a Odin. E ele
She
tentando
could see it
casa.
poking out of the water at low tide.
É a antiga casa. Aquela antiga casa.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Ele realmente tentava tentando mover ela.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Wait. Os irmãos dela também morreram. Gus morreu com 13. Greg morreu quando um bebê ainda. Sam. O Sam foi... É, o Sam era o pai dela. Então ela tinha o Gus e o Gregory de irmãos. O Gus.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Lewis. Sanjay, acho que era o pai. Wait. O Milton ainda tá desaparecido. Tem aqui uma data de morte. Uma data de morte pra 2003, sei lá. Parece desse. Que é isso? Um Lewis.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Pregnant? I am 22. A Edith tá... Eu tenho a barriguinha mesmo. Tá 22 semanas grávida. Erika. Como é que eu subo? Aff. É escuro. É bem escuro. Não, ficou horrível. Tentei aumentar o brilho, mas ficou horrível. Dá pra ver nada, meu irmão. Calma. Enfim, tá muito escuro. Ah, tá ali. Tô cego.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Uhum.
They were both pretty intense.
Ih, o cara era caçador, ué.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Ah, ele... Airline. Ok. Que era a esposa dele, né? Eu acho. Tanto de bicho empalhado.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Sam. 60 to 83. US Marines. Ele era da Marinha. Por isso que tem tanta bandeira da América. Dos Estados Unidos. Aquela aliança. Dá uma foto dele.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
Finch. Ow.
Shouldn't we be leaving?
Just want to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can take off.
Ele tá falando com a Dawn. É que eu acabei de falar.
I'm over here, Dad.
Eu não consigo. Ah, ela tá ali.
What?
Perfect.
Uhum.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit.
Uhum.
Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though. Aw.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hold still while I take a picture of you.
Hi, Day.
That's a keeper.
Nothing quite like being outside. I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
Dad,
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Now keep yourself squared up, elbows down, like we practiced. Whenever you're ready. Great shot, Dawn!
Nossa, ele tirou a foto mesmo na hora. Bichinha. É, a
I'm
selfie
proud of you,
não...
Dawn. Always remember that,
Selfie é
okay?
complicada. O filme travou.
Sorry, Dawn. Just gotta reset the timer.
Agora entendi.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
still...
normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Não. Véi. Mentira que tem essa foto.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Nossa, véi. Traumatizou a bichinha. Nossa. Ela foi em que ano? Não sei o ano. Boy. Nossa. Foi em 83. Ai, mano. Sam. Grandpa. Ok. No sótão.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Ai. Ai. Que quarto é esse? Gregory. Vai, pô, destranca. Mano, é muito... Tenho que arrastar o mouse por metros. Greg, Dawn, Gus. Os três irmãos. Eles ficaram no sótão, os bichinhos. Oh, Greg, véi. Morreu com um aninho. Saiu... Hã? To Sam, from K. Não, wait. Come on. Divorce contract. De divórcio pro Sam, from K. Ah, não vou ler isso não. A lawsuit, blá blá blá, if you do not. Warning, rule, family law requires certain automatic disclosure. Okay.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
Não!
Hold on, sweetie.
Ai.
Hello?
Ah!
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it.
Hum?
Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
O que aconteceu? Oh! Uh! Água de novo! Não! Água.
I wish you could have told us
Ei,
about the
não
world
tô
we
conseguindo mais
saw.
mexer. Moça. Moça, eu não tô conseguindo mais mexer.
There's so much I don't understand. About Gregory. About everything. But I know what
Agora eu sou o
happened
sapo.
wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Eles se divorciaram depois que o Greg morreu. Que triste, mano. Nossa, um descuido. Ah, mano. Não deixem sapinhos soltos. O Greg. Caramba, velho, a mulher deixou o bebê tomando banho sozinho, bicho. Não sei, né? Não sei. O bicho tinha 1 ano. Eu tive um filho pra saber. Que
I
triste,
can't imagine
mano.
my mom ever writing poetry, and yet
And yet what? A poem? Poem for Gus. From Dawn. Qual era a do Gus? Aqui são as coisas do enterro dele, talvez. Olé.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea.
Which
Our father
wedding?
never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Uma pipa.
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom were the words that I remember.
Ah, o pai dele tava casando de novo. Vou mudar a corda. Ei, cuidado. Eita, pila. É isso. O Sven tem uns troção de madeira.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Ei, aí não. Aí não. Aí não, amigão.
The wind picked up and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
É só chover. Não. Pipa.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The
Nossa.
thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Vamos lá. Make the music louder. Eita, pílula. Desculpa, desculpa.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Caramba, velho. Essa família é abençoada, bicho. Não tem como. Ai, essa me pegou. Essa me pegou. Ai, véi. Gus. Sweep and trash, mop, mow yard, be a baby. When Gus died? 82. Oh.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Eles nunca conseguem fugir pra muito longe. Ai, arrumadinho, hein? Ah, uma bíblia.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Também, né, velho? Os pobres do Sam. Ela perdeu o Greg, o Gus e depois o pai. Ano seguinte. Dawn. India. Where helping hands create safe places. Dawn.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Era indiano. Cool. Flight to India. 87. It matches. Call mom. Majors. Whoa. 10 ways to teach critical thinking. Religion, science, math, history. Mathematics. Ela era uma professora?
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Ah, as
And to see
plantinhas.
kids in the house again.
Então, eles nasceram na Índia, talvez. Basil, Sage, Time. Poxa, o Milton. Really? É porque o Milton desapareceu, né?
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
Ah, aqui aquelas construções extras.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Não ensinava as crianças? Our family history. Dude.
But it didn't last.
Didn't last.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Milton.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Why he disappeared? Oh, tem pegadas. Nossa, ele dava... Parece maquete.
I think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the family.
Oh, um elevador. Nossa, ele tinha essa cidade na cabeça dele, sei lá. No topo tinha uma casa, uma torre. Era o monte do Milton? Monte do Forte Milton. Mutant. Is the youngest? Não, eu sou mais... Ah, Edith é a mais nova.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Magic Paper. Ah, é um... Uou, é um caderninho de historinha de desenho. E vai. Não, eu não sei fazer. O desenho espirrou. Só vai. Ah, ele fez o desenho. Desenho no desenho. Ah, ele tá fazendo um quadro. Uma porta. Uma porta? Hã? Ele fugiu pra um desenho.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Where did he go? Foi no aniversário de 10 anos dele. Em 2002. 2003. 2003 talvez.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Ah. Essa foi a porta. Ele desenhou uma porta igual a
Whatever
dele.
Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Pô, eu arrodeei. Ele desenhou uma porta. E entrou. Vamos subir mais.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Lewis se culpou. What he did?
Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
Uhum. Ih, rapaz, a escada pra cima quebrou, ó. Era um barco, velho, o quarto dele, que irado. Aí. Ih, rapaz, o cara fumava.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Né? Legalize. Ele era do Legalize.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Ó, cuidado com eu uso essa palavra, amiga, na tua família. Ih, rapaz. Não, olha o setup do cara, velho. O cara tem mó setup game. Lewis. Don Finch.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
What?
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth.
Não é por aqui.
He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats
Bats? Ih, rapaz.
and toads.
Que é isso? Dragão?
And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
Ai. Calma, os peixes. Ué. Essa luz.
But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis.
Tô focado no joguinho.
So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Oi. Oi, doguinho.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick.
E aí? Fala, mano.
Then he made musicians.
Dale.
And songs for them to play.
Bam, 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 bam.
He talked about starting a band.
Dale.
And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger.
Festival do
He no
Peixe.
longer spoke at the cannery.
Você tem um gigante agora, mano.
But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won.
The
They
Mayor
begged him to
Lewis.
stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Lewistopia.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis.
Qual a
He
próxima?
started drifting away from our reality.
Lewistopia. Lewis. Não sei o nome da cidade.
Minneapolis.
Nossa.
Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
Eita, desculpa, moça. Calma, tu estraga meu joguinho. Obrigado.
In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a
Handsome Queen.
handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for
Radiant Rainbows. Why not?
radiant rainbows. He followed the sound of her
Ah, eu derrubei. Electric Sitar.
electric sitar.
Vai.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
Olha ela.
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Princesa.
But he was so proud of having created it.
Princesa.
In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
Fica maior que rei.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
Princesa.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him. He began to forget the world we know.
Cannery.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Nossa, deve ficar cheiroso esse lugar.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Finch, that's me. Não sabe nem o que tá cortando.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
Dale.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him. His queen waited, holding his crown.
Finally.
There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head.
Gente. Mas...
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Mano, essa família... Como assim, véi? Ah, posso sair por aqui. Não. Oh, eu preciso ir pro meu quarto. Ah, é por aqui, por aqui. Assim que a Liz morreu.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
Elas... No quarto da Edith. Sim.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Até as coisas do pai dela. Oh God, I've called your servants adventurous, which we cannot see the ending. The paths is yet untrodden. Your power is unknown. Give us faith to go out with good courage, not knowing where we go, but only that your hand is leading us, your love supporting us. Through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
That night.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
The last night.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
To our final night together, and all our final nights apart.
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Aí ficou.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom said the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
The library.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
The Story of the Finches. By Eddie. O livro da Eddie.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night,
99.
the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful.
Mhm.
You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Não. Não. Não.
I got turned around.
Onde é que eu tô? Cadê o som? O negócio vermelho.
For a while, I wandered.
Cadê o troço vermelho? Eu me perdi.
I started seeing things.
Wait.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
Hmm?
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me.
Lee.
Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Não.
Edith!
É meu.
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go.
Não, solte.
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car, and
É chata.
I never saw Great Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this.
Só filho dela. Ó, a filha.
If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it.
Hmm?
I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Não.
This is where your story begins. I'm
Edith.
sorry I won't be there to see it.
Edith.
It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Caramba, velho. Nossa, mano. Olha o bebezinho. É o lead designer. Quem inspirou Greg? Nossa, que história complicada. Engineer? What? Meu Deus. Mas tá incompleta ainda a história. O que aconteceu com Milton? E o resto da história da avó tá incompleto. O que aconteceu com o Milton? Eu não entendi o Milton. Ele desenhou uma porta. Ele fugiu. Johan's name in the ending. Não entendi o achievement que eu acabei de ganhar aqui. Custom. Nossa, velho, todos trouxeram fotos de quando eles eram crianças. Todos os developers. Uhum. Nossa, mano, caramba. Ai, Edith não teve a oportunidade de contar as histórias pra mim. Tipo, nenhum morreu. Uma coisa que eu estranhei no começo. Ó, alguns momentos foi marcas nos braços, tipo umas várias marcas. Sendo que todos eles morreram de forma acidental, vamos dizer. Eu acho. Não entendi, talvez algumas histórias não sejam exatamente o que realmente aconteceu. Tipo, o caso da Molly, a criancinha lá. Como é que ela morreu de verdade? Porque na história dela, ela morreu pelo bicho papão lá. Que matou ela, sei lá. Que devorou ela. Mas o que realmente aconteceu com ela? Morreu de doença? De 2012 a 2017. The Edith, Finch. Team. The End. É isso, mas... Interessante, velho. Eri. A gente não teve a da Eri completa. É isto. Eu vou atrás de mais informação, velho. Não sei, acho que realmente a história fica em aberto pra teorias. Não sei. Fica na minha cabeça o que aconteceu com o Milton. Se ele só fugiu por causa desse troço, não faço ideia. Não faço ideia. Enfim.